What's up, YouTube? I just wanted to do a quick video walking through my garden this year. I believe that food production is very important. I think that it's very rewarding to produce your own food, but also I think in the crazy world that we're living in, it's increasingly more important that you know basically where your food's coming from and what's in it. So anyways, I try to grow a lot of my own food, and as you can see, I got a pretty halfway decent sized garden. I think it's a little bit smaller than last year, but maybe a little bit better organized. So we'll just go ahead and go through it from end to end here really quick. So we have a little DIY trellis system over here on this side. It's made out of cattle panel and some fence posts. We just got it kind of stretched between two fence posts on each side of each section of cattle panel, and this really works out great. Last year we grew, as you can see, there's still some of the stems from last year, but the beans and the peas grew up this really well, and you can go through and you can actually just pick them. You can see the bean pods and the pea pods, they just hang right in the trellis, and you can go through and just pick them. It makes harvesting them so easy. We also grew tomatoes up the side. We have tomatoes planted at the base of the trellis again, and those we just kind of twine up as they grow. That way it keeps them nice and tight to it. Oop, need to watch out where I'm stepping. So anyway, we'll grow, we actually grew some squash on the trellis last year too, and the squash worked out really well. Once they got up and they got to a certain point, we would put a nylon around them and tie the nylon to the trellis. That way it was supported and it wasn't too heavy, where it would the squash would grow to a certain point and then fall to the ground. The nylon would support it and it'd continue to grow in the nylon. So that was a pretty cool little trick. Right here we have a little mulch row. As you can see, that's a straight row of onions. Onions are super good to grow. Obviously, if you do any type of cooking with onions, you're going to want to have plenty of those on hand. We cook with onions all the time, so hopefully we'll get a good onion crop this year. Weeding those, or yeah, keeping them weeded and thinning them out is absolutely key, and spooning the top so that when the onion starts to come out, you know, clearing the top around so that it continues to grow nice and big. So then we have several rows of peppers. We got mostly bell peppers, but we do have some jalapenos and some sweet peppers as well. So we're still working on getting up the supports for those. We got a little bit of work left to do out here in the garden, but we're definitely starting to take shape here. So got another row of peppers and another row of peppers. One thing that I forgot to mention that I wanted to say about the pepper plants is last year we had quite a few pepper plants that had blossom end rot, which is where the pepper begins to rot at the bottom of it before it's fully ripe. And so one thing that we did this year in order to help prevent that is we put bone meal in the hole with the peppers as we planted them, and that should provide the necessary amount of calcium to the plant to hopefully prevent that blossom end rot from happening this year. And over here we have, I don't know if the camera angle can really show it very well, but we have a mound built up, and on that mound we've got our zucchini, and we got a watermelon at the far end, I believe. I think that's a watermelon on the far end of this mound. And then this was a huge hit last year. We did quite a few heads of cabbage last year. I think we did something around oh man, maybe about 30 heads of cabbage last year, and we're still eating cabbage that we have frozen, and it's great. You can do cabbage rolls, baked cabbage, make a ton of sauerkraut from it. So cabbage is absolutely delicious, and after you harvest the head, you actually get a few smaller heads that grow after. So it's kind of a little bit of bonus cabbage that you get, and those little heads go great if you're gonna make like a pot roast or something like that. You know, it's almost like a big almost looks like a big Brussels sprout, but it's cabbage, so that's pretty good. And then over here at the far end we have a row of potatoes. Now that dirt is kind of dried out now, so you can't really tell, but I kind of have a mound going, and that's going all along the edge of this barn here. So cool. Very excited to garden this year, very excited to get some food out of this, and I think everybody should be at least growing something. Even if you live in an apartment or something like that, you could have a little, you know, little herb garden or something in the windowsill, or you know, a little potato plant out on your patio or something. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you found this video entertaining, please hit that thumbs up button and consider becoming a subscriber to my channel. Thanks.